What would you do if the country you were in suddenly declared a national emergency and people started talking about rising prices, flight disruptions, and possible outages? Because that's exactly what just happened here in the Philippines. And this is something you need to understand. I'm going to break down what's actually happening, what's rumor, and what you really need to watch. President Marcos has declared a national energy emergency because of the war involving Iran and the pressure it's putting on global oil supply. Now, before this sounds alarming, let me be clear. This is not martial law. This is not a lockdown, and the country is not shutting down. But this is the kind of move governments make when they see a problem coming before everyone else does. And that's where this gets interesting. Because on the surface, everything still looks normal. People are out. Businesses are open. Life goes on. But underneath that, things are already starting to shift. And the first place you're going to see it is gas prices. Locally, prices have already jumped from about 55 pesos per liter to over 70, and diesel is already pushing 100. That's not theoretical, that's happening right now, and it's still climbing, because once fuel starts moving like that, everything else follows. And the next place you're going to see it is flights. Airlines are already raising prices. Some may reduce routes if fuel keeps rising, and there's even been mention that grounding planes could become a possibility if things get worse. That doesn't mean flights are stopping, but it does mean this is no longer just speculation. And if you've ever tried to leave a country during disruption, you know what happens. Prices go up, seats get harder to find, options shrink fast. Now zoom out, because this doesn't just affect flights. When fuel prices go up, everything moves with it. Transportation gets more expensive, shipping gets more expensive, food prices rise, and people start to feel it. Now, there's also growing talk about brownouts, ferry disruptions, delays. So let's separate fact from speculation. There is no confirmed nationwide rollout of outages or shutdowns tied directly to this emergency, but those concerns aren't random either, because when fuel gets tighter, generators cost more, transport systems get strained, and in places that already deal with instability, it doesn't take much for issues to show up more often. And if you're a foreigner here, this hits differently, because locals can adapt. But if you're from outside the country, you're thinking about something else. Can I still work if power goes out? Will my internet stay stable? What happens if the AC goes down? And if I needed to leave, could I get out easily? And if you're thinking about coming here right now, I would seriously think twice. Not because it's dangerous, but because you're walking into uncertainty. Prices may rise, flights may get tighter, infrastructure could get more strained. If you're already here, you can adapt. But if you're not, you might be walking into something that becomes harder to manage. And here's the strange part. Everything still feels normal, but the government is already preparing. Prices are moving, pressure is building, so the real decision isn't panic, it's timing. Do you stay and ride it out, or leave, before everyone else asks the same question? Because once people start moving, options disappear. Prices spike, things get unpredictable. For me, I'm not panic booking a flight, but I am preparing. Backup power, reliable internet, options if things change. Because if this escalates, things won't get easier, they'll move fast. If this helped you understand what's really going on, hit like and subscribe to support the channel. This is important, and I've got a lot more to talk about. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss the next update. And I want to hear from you. If you're in the Philippines right now, are things still normal where you are? Or are you starting to feel the shift? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one.